step-by-step guide on how to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. I have done many cuts where I have managed to build muscle and lose fat at the exact same time. And here is how I did it. I trained hard, I got high protein, whilst also being in a calorie deficit. Whilst it is difficult to build muscle in a calorie deficit, it is possible, as fat and muscle stores are dealt with separately in our body. However, the truth is, you will build more muscle if you are in your calorie maintenance or in a slight calorie surplus. The key to building muscle whilst being in a calorie deficit is training till failure on all of your exercises. Then on top of that, make sure you get around 1 gram per pound of body weight when it comes to protein. If you only do one of these things and not the other, you won't be building muscle. You need to break down the muscle in the gym and then repair and recover the muscle by sleeping well and getting high protein. The reason people find it so difficult to build muscle whilst being in a deficit is because you have less energy to train hard and train till failure, and you have less calories and less protein to go to your muscles to allow them to grow. So now you know it is possible to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. The way to do it is to build muscle by training hard in the gym, training till failure, obviously with proper form, progressively overloading every single week, going up in reps every single week, or going up in weight. Then on top of that, you need to be supplementing muscle growth by getting high protein in. Those are the two ways you are going to be building muscle. Then to lose the fat at the same time, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Basically, you need to be consuming less calories than you are expending in a day. So you need to go find out your calorie maintenance and go a few hundred calories underneath it. So say your calorie maintenance, how many calories you need to consume in a day to stay at the same weight is 2,500 calories. You would go down to around 2,200 calories in a day and you would stick to that total. You would eat that many calories in a day and you would start losing weight. Then, once you've lost a bit of weight, you tweak your calories to maybe 2,100 to continue losing weight, 2,000 to continue losing weight until you get to your goal weight. So it is 100% possible to lose weight and also build muscle. You just have to be really strategic and work really hard. You are going to build more muscle simply if you're bulking up and you're in a surplus, or if you're just at your maintenance calories. But if you really need to shred fat and build muscle, it's 100% possible. You just need to get yourself into the gym, start weightlifting, start training hard, training till failure. I don't want to see your sets being, 10 reps of training till mild discomfort. You need to actually train hard. Then you need to go home, get, 7 to 9 hours sleep every single night and get a good amount of protein in to allow the muscle growth to occur whilst you are also losing fat. Those things must be dialed in when you are trying to lose fat and build muscle at the same time, because you can maybe get away with getting less sleep or getting a bit less protein when you're bulking, for example, because you have more calories and everything's fine. But when you're cutting, when you're trying to lose weight, you have less calories. You really need to focus on those things, on the training, on the high protein, on the good sleep, to allow the muscle growth to occur whilst you're in a deficit. So many people will sit here and tell you it is literally biologically impossible to build muscle whilst you are in a deficit. That is not true. Muscle stores, fat stores are completely different. You can build up muscle stores and take away from fat stores at the same exact time. If they were fat and muscle stores together in the body, then you wouldn't be able to, but they're not. They are separate. You can do it. Just a disclaimer, my aesthetic body course is in the link in the description. It teaches you exactly how to build the aesthetic body and get in the best shape of your life. Go check it out, link in the description. To lose the weight, you need to make sure you are tracking your calories and staying in that calorie deficit. But a few other things you can do to make sure you are dropping that fat is track your steps. You don't need to do any cardio. You just need to make sure you get a high amount of steps in every single day. Aim for 10 to 15,000 and you will be losing a lot of weight whilst also being in your deficit. I personally think 15,000 may be a little bit too high, but stay around 10, 11, 12,000. You'll be completely okay. You will start losing that weight really fast. On top of this, you need to be trying to eat the whole foods as much as you possibly can. The reason you need to be eating the whole foods is because when you're in a deficit, you're going to be hungry. your body is basically, it's not starving, it just has less calories than it needs to stay at the weight you're at. So you're going to feel a bit hungry. The way to minimize that hunger as much as possible when you're in a deficit is by eating the whole foods. They are satiating, they are high in protein, they are going to make you feel full up. I, for so long, tried to lose weight by, cheating, by eating the processed foods while I did it. And while that can work if you track your calories, it's not good and sustainable long term because you just simply get too hungry in a day. If you spent a day just eating 2,000 calories worth of processed foods, you will not feel full up. But if you had a day where you eat 2,000 calories of whole foods, you will feel full up. And when I say whole foods, I mean the foods that are one ingredient, that come from the earth, that are the healthy, clean foods. Basically, the meat, the eggs, the fruit, the vegetables, the grains, those foods are going to keep you satiated, keep you full up, mean you won't overeat and you won't go over your calorie deficit and actually stay at the same weight or even gain weight because you're eating too much. So, building muscle, losing weight is possible. Building muscle is difficult just in general, right? But it is possible to build it while you are losing weight. You just need to be really dialed in. Like I was able to do it. I built so much muscle while I was losing fat, while I was cutting down. It's possible. You need to get good sleep. You need good training. You need good protein. But truth is, if you aren't disciplined, if you aren't consistent, and you are in this deficit trying to lose weight as well as building muscle, you won't be building muscle really much at all. You need to be really disciplined. You really need to be consistent. Now, you can really easily retain muscle mass when you are losing weight. Really simple. You don't need to be as dialed in. Basically, when you're trying to lose weight, if you don't want to lose any muscle, that's really easy to do. You just need to make sure, again, you get the high protein, you train pretty hard still, and you'll retain all your muscle mass. And you need to make sure you don't cut too hard. So don't be in too big of a deficit. If you are in too big of a deficit, over 500 calories over your calorie maintenance, if you're over that, then something's wrong. You are going to be basically losing muscle or not building any muscle at all, not retaining any muscle mass at all. So you need to make sure if you are trying to lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, you need to be in a slight calorie deficit. You can't be in a really big calorie deficit, aggressively cutting. You won't be building muscle that way because you just simply won't be giving your body enough calories to actually build muscle. Your body needs some calories to go to muscle growth, to allow muscle growth to occur. So try be in a more strategic, longer cut rather than being in a quick, short burst cut, because you won't build muscle, you will probably lose muscle, and it just won't be good in the long term. So try your best to do, a few month long cut instead of doing a few weeks cut and not building any muscle in that time and actually losing muscle in that time. My aesthetic body course is in the link in the description. It teaches you exactly how to build the aesthetic body and get in the best shape of your life. Go check it out, link in the description.